Hello and welcome back to Universal Correde. My name is Correde. Today's video is going to be a reaction video to a video from Ben Morris, who is a YouTuber. He does lots of different kinds of content. Today's video is going to be about him traveling and seeing how many countries can he visit for £100. So I'm going to take a guess and I'll say he'll probably go to a maximum of 4 different countries. It's a 20-minute long video, so we'll see, I guess. So yeah, he's going to go to 4 countries, probably won't spend that much, probably stay in some budget hostels. Yeah, so let's go. Let's see what happens.
We have just arrived. It's about 10 a.m. What do you say? Bienvenidos. We are currently in the city of Malaga in España or Spain. You like that?
España.
That was good, right? That was good. What are these called?
Tic Tac dress.
The flight that brought me here this morning cost me only £13, and this is the first country I'm going to be visiting. We're currently in the historical Centro. This is a really famous and popular place for breakfast, apparently. Hence there is a queue.
I'd been recommended this place and there is only one option for breakfast. An old egg carton with a load of dips and a big bit of toast, which I thoroughly enjoyed, but Mike had a few words to say.
This is quite nice. This is kind of like some chorizo, no hablo Spanish.
Okay, I've never seen food served in an egg carton before. I know you can get food served on chopping boards or these wooden chopping boards, and that's a fad that you see in some restaurants. But is it really hygienic to serve food in an egg carton? I don't know, I don't think I'd want to eat out of an egg carton, but they seem like they don't mind. So let's see how it goes.
Filled the spot, like filled the hole. I reckon 6 out of 10's fair.
Oh, that's a bit of a vibe.
In fact, let's be real. They gave us 2 pieces of toast and like paste.
Yeah, but it's probably going to cost us like €2.
I was wrong. It only cost €1.50.
Our next destination is on this sign here. One of these places.
Which was the Picasso Museum. So we spent €10 on a ticket and admired some amazing paintings by the legend himself. But after we left, Mike soon realized he'd accidentally taken the audio devices.
It'd be nice to listen to on the plane back.
Michael and I then walked up a big hill.
It happens. Sometimes you travel and you accidentally take things from the place you go to. Sometimes it's a bathrobe from a hotel. Sometimes it's the full English breakfast course from the hotel buffet.
We've made it to the top of this hill. Look at that view. I like that roundabout too.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. Me gusta España.
We then continued up the hill and enjoyed incredible views of the city at Castillo de Gibralfaro, which are the ruins of a fortress from the 1300s. We walked and talked, but it was finally tapas time, so we headed to a famous spot called Casa Lola. There was a 30-minute wait, but we decided to power through, during which Mike got bombarded by a Hindu.
Instant invalid.
Finally, it is our time to go inside.
I had no idea what to order, so picked a ton of items at random, and of course, it was amazing. Shortly after, we strolled towards the port and found a lovely man called Marco, who challenged us to a game of chess. It was intense, and even though my YouTube homepage is literally full of chess videos,
Me and Mike just got our asses absolutely handed to us. I thought I liked chess until I started playing on chess.com and realized everyone else is actually really good at chess, and I'm not. And that was when I stopped enjoying chess, and I haven't played since I realised I'm not good. And this is the boat that guy worked on from earlier. You live on the yacht?
Well, work on the yacht.
Oh, nice. We literally saw the yacht and we were like, it would be so cool to work on a yacht.
How did you find it? I love it. I've been doing it for 8 years.
Look how insane. It's got a whole yacht on the back of the boat. Turns out the support boat is owned by New Zealand's richest man. He also has a $250 million actual yacht. And then that's just to store all the toys. Look at this. Just arrived at our Airbnb. Welcome to our humble abode. This is our Airbnb. This is our little balcony, as you can see. Onto the street. This is my bed. Oh, I'm heading on my run. I'm trying to run every day for a year. I'm currently on day 34. I don't know why exactly. I'm gonna do a quick run for like 20 minutes.
running is my absolute favorite way to explore a new place, so I ran a few kilometers and took a moment to comprehend the astronomical journey I had ahead of me, followed by a very needed siesta, and then venturing onto the streets for more tapas before heading home and calling it a night.
Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of our mammoth journey around the world. Kind of.
We made our way to the airport where I said farewell to Mike and hopped on a Ryanair flight to the second country of the trip. And yes, I am taking every opportunity to nap.
I've just woken up. Bonjour et bienvenue en France. Hello and welcome to France, everyone. We're currently...
Alright, so it looks like so far he's done 2 countries. So the first one was Malaga in Spain. and now it probably seems like he's somewhere in France. He's flying with Ryanair. Ryanair is a very cheap and low-cost airline available in Europe. It's a great if you're ever in Europe. Not necessarily the best customer service. They have a whole like social media thing where they troll themselves. It's actually quite legendary, but it just highlights the fact that even the company trolls how bad they are at times. I guess it's one of those things, you work with what you've got, right?
In the most dangerous city in Europe, closely followed by Coventry and Birmingham. Somewhere is a bus to take us into the city. Ticket acquired to Marseille city centre. This ticket cost me €10, and my flight here from Malaga to Marseille cost me £14.
So far I'd made it to 2 countries for £27, which left £73 in the budget, and many countries ahead of me. But for now, let's find some caffeine and explore the sunny city of Marseille.
Alright, welcome to the old port in Marseille. What on earth is going on? I did not expect that. And this is the coffee shop.
I've recently become a cappuccino person, which has not helped my coffee addiction as they disappear in seconds.
Oh my god, that is so good.
The weather was perfect, so I walked around the old port, explored the market, which absolutely stank of fish, and came across such a good boy.
There she is.
So he went to a market and it smelt of fish. Maybe they sell fish in the market? That could be why it smells of fish.
Our beautiful lime bite.
Despite how it looks, this wasn't just a joyride around Marseille. I had a purpose, a mission, somewhere special I was heading towards.
You don't have croissant? No? Oh, okay. Just cycled 15 minutes uphill to go to the place that apparently had the best croissant in Marseille, and they don't even have any.
It was past lunchtime and I still hadn't eaten, so I sat down at a restaurant next door.
We've got some shakshuka, lamb sausage I think, a baked potato with some yogurt and beetroot, and some bread as well. Oh my god. That food is so good.
Next up was the nacho.
The food did look good. Never had it before. Never been to Marseille, so that's probably why. Been to Paris, that's pretty much the only place I've been to in France. If you watch my other reaction video about the Paris vlogs, you'll see me giving some insights into Paris there.
Dame de la Garde, a Catholic basilica that is absolutely stunning inside and out, and rightfully so the most visited site in Marseille. Can't say that in here. And if you're looking for the best view of the city, it is well worth the journey, even if you don't like churches. I then checked out a UNESCO heritage site called Cité Urarius, a building which some say inspired brutalist architecture. It was designed to be a vertical village containing shops and services, communal areas, a roof terrace, and a kindergarten, which was a revolutionary idea at the time.
I don't know why he made the walls that high that I can just about see the view over, but look at that. That segment of the roof terrace is reserved for residents. There's actually a kids party going on over there. This is actually a running track which goes around the whole top of the building. I don't know if I'm the only one that finds that cool, but having a 300-meter track on your roof terrace, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that is cool to have a running track on your roof terrace. It could be useful, especially on days where you just don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to run on the road, you don't want to run anywhere else, you just go to your rooftop and run around. I wonder if people who don't live there also have access to the racing track. That would be interesting to know. I think that would be good. Just open it up to the public, but then it might get overrun and the people who actually live there might not be able to make the most of it. So yeah, it's a tricky one, I guess.
Artless gallery. Before I explain to you guys why exactly I'm in an art gallery, I need to go on a run. I've been recommended a spot to run along the coastline. It should be beautiful. Alright, welcome to Plage de Catalans. Hopefully there's going to be a sunset, but there's always a sunset, but a nice sunset. Honestly, this has been one of the most beautiful runs I've done in a very long time. So I'm back from my run now, and you might be wondering why I'm in an art gallery. This is actually an Airbnb. It is also an art gallery, but it's also an Airbnb. There is some really cool art in this gallery. There is also a ton of books for sale. This is my bed that folds out. Back here is my bathroom. There is a...
Okay, that's pretty unique. Staying in an art gallery that also doubles up as an Airbnb. Again, let's see if we can increase the price. Probably not. but it'd be interesting to know.
Mattress topper, a duvet, and some pillows. This place is probably the only art gallery Airbnb in the world. I had to stay here. My gallery host had given me some recommendations, so first up, I made my way to a brewery to have a non-alcoholic beer as I'm doing dry jan. I'm boring, I know. I made a friend called Tio who was embracing the French stereotype of his beret and cigarette. Played a game of
He's got the Che Guevara look, which is cool.
He destroyed me. It's not going well, okay? Following that, I walked to a French restaurant called Umaguma, which boasted some strange artwork but incredible food.
And for the main, I have entrecote. I have a huge steak. There is some ratatouille, some salad. We've got potatoes, of course, baguette, and finally blue cheese sauce.
I'm gonna absolutely destroy all this food and then we're going to bed.
Food is one of the things I love about travel. I mean, just to explore another country through their food, you can learn so much. And it's also very enjoyable if you enjoy your food.
Goodbye, art gallery. That was a very unique experience.
And just like that, my time in France was over. But there was one final thing I needed to do.
Welcome to Ben's croissant review. Now a good croissant must be crispy, lots of layers of pastry, and a good smell of butter. I'm gonna give this a 7.5, slightly critical, but I can't taste any butter. I don't know what made me think I had the right to come to France and criticise their croissants. Can't even say the word right.
Next up, we have House of Pain.
See how this is?
Okay, so now it just seems like he's doing a food tour specifically for croissants, which is fair enough. I mean, if you're in France, people like to stereotypically see croissants as being something about France. So check it out and see which he's trying to have a little taste of a few different ones, which let's see how it goes.
Nice and crispy, but wet inside. That is much better. I'll give this one an 8.5.
Now that's complete, I can continue on with our never-ending journey. I hopped on the metro to Gare St. Charles and my next mode of transport awaited me.
So I'm now back at the bus station and I'm not heading to the airport. I'm about to get on a bus to my next destination.
Question is, where is he going to go via bus? So he's been to Spain and he's been to France. If he's getting a bus, I'm thinking he's going to go to Italy or Germany, one of those two. That's my guess. If I was to guess, I will go with Italy.
Spending the next 8 hours on this bus. It cost me £15. It's gonna get very, very cold.
I was actually relieved to be in this bus for so long. I had a moment to sit, enjoy my surroundings, and actually rest. Going to the airport every day gets tiring, and I just started a new book, so I spent the whole day reading whilst periodically looking up to see the landscape change again. We had a quick stop where I grabbed some food, stretched my legs, and continued into the mountains. But just as we were arriving, a strange crunching noise came from the back of the bus.
I think we just crashed into a car. That doesn't look good. That really does not look good. So about 8.5 hours later, I've made it to Geneva in Switzerland, the land of chocolate, watches, and rich people.
I was wrong, he's gone to Geneva. So Geneva isn't actually the capital of Switzerland. Bern is the capital of Switzerland. But Geneva is, to an extent, it's a place where there are a lot of, what would you call them, multinational charities and organizations like the UN. So it is a hub of international organizations, but it's not the capital, which is Bern. But it's very beautiful, so let's see. This is actually somewhere I could talk about because I've been to.
But it's definitely chilly and I've only got a t-shirt and a jumper, so I should probably get a coat or at least a woolly hat.
Regrettably, I only bought a long sleeve layer, which I thought would do the job. I was feeling pretty hungry and I'd read Switzerland has the most expensive McDonald's in the world, so I had...
I was about to go to McDonald's in Switzerland. When I was last in Switzerland, it's been ages, I remember being surprised by how expensive McDonald's is. This was a couple of years ago, pre-pandemic, so I'm trying to think, how much is he gonna pay? I think I spent 13 francs, because that's what they use, not francs. What do they call it? CHF. Whatever the currency is in Switzerland, it was 13 of those. So I think it's got to have gone up by a lot more. So he's probably gonna end up spending like 16 to 20 CHF on his meal, which will probably come up to like 15 to 20 pounds British pounds. So let's see how much he spends.
A Big Mac by itself is 7 francs, which is basically £7. And a 99p cheeseburger is 3 francs. So that's like £2.50.
Turns out the 99p cheeseburger hasn't been a thing since 2022, but it's still double the price here.
I'm probably one of the biggest McDonald's haters in the world.
Okay, so he didn't really get a full meal. He just got one small burger. So that's why it's relatively inexpensive. Turns out it is francs, Swiss francs that they use. Don't know why I thought it was something else, even though that's what I originally thought. But yeah, he didn't spend anywhere close to the amount that I thought because he doesn't buy that much. Clearly, I eat a lot more and I bought a lot more.
I'm now making my way to my Airbnb. It's about 10 minutes away. I think I need to get a tram, but you actually get free public transport if you stay more than a night here.
Okay, I do not remember getting free public transport when I stayed more than a night in Geneva. I was there for 5 days maybe. I did not remember getting free public transport, but I don't remember if I paid, but I definitely got, it wasn't free. I don't think it was free. I think I may have just, so they have the tram system, and obviously with a tram system, you can get on from anywhere and then supposedly touch in or not. I don't know. Did I touch in or not? I don't remember. Let's just say I did. I did everything with above board. There we go.
My room, it costs about £65. I have a bed, a desk, a towel which has been folded so nicely. How do they do that? 2 Biscoff biscuits.
I know I've only just got here, but I need to go on my daily run. I got 3 runs now.
I respect his dedication to running. I mean, it's good to exercise regularly, and he's doing this even while traveling, which is always kind of hard to fit in because obviously when you travel, you want to do as much as possible, and often the last thing in your mind is exercising while you travel. I've started to try to inculcate this or include this when I travel by finding a gym and just going there and doing even just a half-an-hour workout. But yeah, it's impressive, so yeah, keep it up.
25-minute run. I've had a shower, which was very needed.
And I made my way to a very famous and old restaurant to have the national dish of Switzerland.
1824. Welcome to Cafe de Soleil. Have some fondue.
I have a table for 1.
That is exactly what we want.
If you don't like cheese, this probably won't interest you, but I love cheese a lot.
I do not love cheese a lot.
Good morning, everyone. I don't look good. You know what time it is?
It is cold. Nice little 4.5k. It honestly feels like the worst thing in the world to get up early and run, but it is the best way to start your day.
Packed and ready to go.
Good morning, Geneva. Our next activity is what I've been most excited for this whole trip, and you're all gonna think I'm a psycho for it.
I headed into the city on a tram and strolled to the shores of Lake Geneva before arriving at Pont de Paquis, a public...
Oh, Lake Geneva is beautiful. If you ever go to Geneva, definitely recommend going to Lake Geneva, doing one of the boat tours that they have. There's a fountain on Lake Geneva, which is quite iconic. So if you have a chance to see that, especially in the summer is generally the best time to travel to Europe, because if you don't travel in the summer, well, unless again you like the cold and the rain, you'll probably want to travel in the summer for good weather.
beach with saunas, a Turkish bath and hammam.
I don't really know where I'm meant to go. To use the, like, saunas and Pardon?
Only woman today.
Only woman? I'm only here for 1 day. There's no way. It's only women today. So apparently I'm free to go for a swim, but there is no showers, eh?
Shower, you come.
Outside?
Yeah, outside.
Please pay?
No, no.
Ah, thank you.
Hello.
What a legend. He knew how badly I wanted to get in freezing cold water. For a moment, I was semi-relieved that I didn't have to do it. Alright, somewhere down here, there's a little house, there's a shower, it's cold. I might struggle to warm myself up.
Douches? I remember that from French.
There we go. I feel like this is a really bad idea. I don't know how I'm gonna warm myself up with a cold shower.
Although my gender didn't qualify to use the saunas and warm showers that day, I was grateful to be swimming in Lake Geneva, albeit f***ing freezing. Cold plunges are definitely type 2 fun. Horrible in the moment, but feels amazing after. It was then time for breakfast, so I grabbed a tray and got
Rather you than me, mate. Cold plunges, I never intend to do one in my life. So, have fun with that.
some toast with jam and honey, bircher muesli, which I spilled all over myself, a coffee and apple juice.
Oh my god, they've turned on the jet d'eau. That right there is the tallest fountain in the whole of Europe.
There's the fountain that I was talking about. I mean, just look at the fountain. It's amazing.
Yellow boats called moes to get across the lake, and the best part, they're free. It's also a great way to see the jet d'eau and the city from the water.
Merci. We're making our way into Geneva's old town.
Oh wow, I've never seen one of these before. It's like a lift that comes out the floor so you can take all the food down into the kitchen.
Now that is a pretty cool entrance to a cathedral.
I'm not religious, but there's something so special about being in these holy places. The architecture and sheer size of these buildings is just mesmerizing. I climbed the 150 steps up the tower to get a better view of the city, and I was not disappointed.
I feel like I'm in Dumbledore's office.
Look at that. See the fountain.
Okay, that's a great view. That's an amazing view. That's an amazing view. Yeah, very good view. Recommend going. Never been there myself.
I used to love swings when I was a kid. Just being able to rock back and forth, it's so relaxing.
Now, one of my resolutions for the new year is to be a better son, so I thought I'd buy my mum a postcard and write to her, which was also a great excuse to find another coffee shop and have yet another coffee. I then visited Geneva's oldest private residence, which is also a museum. I'm not usually a big fan of museums, but I did enjoy this one. They had a real guillotine and a head basket, something I've never seen in person before. I learned about the history of the city, saw some cool artwork, a few old rooms, and a really big scale.
That place was fascinating, but I'm hungry.
I saw someone mention this sandwich place in the comments of a TikTok, and for some reason I felt the need to try it. I paid £15 for a sandwich and then a perfect spot to enjoy it.
Oh, he flew at me.
Yep, eating your sandwich in a park where birds are around is never a good idea. Never a good idea. Birds just flocked when you've got sandwich, any kind of bread, they will come in a park. They will come. They will come.
Do not come. Do not come.
Oh my god. I didn't quite finish my sandwich.
But I need to save some space in my stomach for where we're going next. It's very important. And this right here is the Geneva flower clock,
which usually looks a bit more colourful, but it is the middle of January. Now, of course, I couldn't come to Switzerland without indulging in chocolate, so I headed to a place called Le Patio. I bought a tiny box of chocolates for £10 and had the best hot chocolate of my life.
I am fully aware that my days are consisting of eating, drinking coffee, more eating, and a bit of walking around.
Not the worst way to spend your time when you travel. Eating, walking around, drinking coffee, maybe not so much, but the rest of it, yeah, I think it's fine. Go for it.
Not complaining about that.
I sent my mum her postcard and walked over to the bus station to make my way to the 4th country of the trip.
Okay, so 4th country. Hopefully this time I'll be right. So he's gone to Switzerland. I'm going to go with Italy again. I'm going to go with Italy again as the next country he'll go to. So this would make country number 4. If he goes to another country after this, it means I wasn't right, because I said 3 or 4 countries he'd go to. But I think the next one hopefully will be Italy, and then that should be the end of the video. Let's see.
Coach journey cost me £19.99 and took me to the city of Milan in Italy.
Hello, I got it right second time at least. So yeah, he's gone to Italy because so Switzerland has the German speaking part of it, the French speaking part of it, and I think there's also the Italian speaking part of it. Either way, it borders a lot of countries, so Italy is as good a choice as any.
Absolutely shattered, so checked straight into my Airbnb and hit the sack. The next morning I was greeted by some beautiful weather and further regretted not bringing a coat.
Oh my god, this weather is horrible, but I'm almost at the coffee shop.
I regained my will to live with my morning caffeine and caught the metro into the city to see the Duomo in person. But I needed some breakfast, and when in Rome...
Maybe it is slightly criminal to eat pizza for breakfast at 11 AM. Grazie mille. Wowza.
That has really filled me up. My stomach feels a bit pizzery. Wow, this place is insane.
What you're currently looking at is the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, one of the world's oldest shopping centers, and it is magnificent.
It looks amazing. I've never been to Milan. That's got to be on my list of places to go to. I've been to Rome. Again, that's pretty much the only place in Italy I've been to, Rome. But yeah, it looks beautiful.
So made my way to a very creepy church which I had to see in person. There was one room in particular called an ossuary, a container or room in which the bones of dead people are placed. Maybe it's not your thing, it's probably not. I don't think it's mine, but I had to see it.
The ceiling is beautiful. Every single wall of this room is just covered by skulls and bones.
That was very interesting, strange. I've never seen anything like that in my life before.
After another quick cappuccino break, I went to check out this place which had gone viral on TikTok. However, thanks to TikTok, it was sold out until the evening. So I headed to a place called Bar Luce, a cafe designed by the film director, Wes Anderson.
Here we are, Bar Luce. This sandwich sounds so good. Parm ham, melted brie, pear, parmesan shavings, rocket, and honey.
I absolutely devoured my sandwich, which was so good. Not sure if I should be concerned about my caffeine intake at this
Brit goes abroad and has sandwiches. I will say no more. I will say no more.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Alright, I'm now going to get on my bike, which is a bit wet. Very wet.
Mamma mia, I am freezing. First stop, I'm heading to Stussy, and I was actually reading the reviews online. There is one member of staff there. Like, everyone has written a bad review about her. So I'm gonna see if I can try find her. I'm running out of clean t-shirts, and of course I'm in the fashion capital of the world. Of course I need to buy some clothes. Oh, and a coat, I think. I don't want to buy a coat, they're so expensive. I don't need a coat. Who needs a coat? Just fucking freeze. Just get on with it and pretend you're not cold. Ooh.
And there she was, the famous lady from the Google reviews, but she didn't really say anything, so I cannot confirm nor deny the rumors. I bought a couple of t-shirts from Carhartt and another store called New Project, but it was finally time to head to QC Termo Milano, a spa which recently went viral for a raining storm room. I navigated my way around all the rooms, pools, saunas, and quickly understood why I had to pay 69 euros for this place. It was fucking huge, but I eventually found the famous room. It was a strange experience, and the dead pixels were really bothering me, but it was somehow relaxing. And before I stopped at Via Pastoria, where I had ragu bruschetta and a bowl of carbonara, which tasted great, as you'd expect from a pasta restaurant in Italy.
Okay, so he does eat other stuff aside from sandwiches, which is good. Pasta's always a good choice, I feel like, sometimes. Safe as well.
I somehow forgot that I was even filming a video for the last 2 hours. I just had a call with my therapist from BetterHelp, and I'm now on a run. This isn't sponsored by BetterHelp, by the way. I just really like my therapist I found, and it's helping me a lot. I'm not embarrassed to say that, actually. It's 9:30. I cannot wait to get into bed.
Day 6 arrived, and I was really starting to feel the effects of constant traveling. Videos like these make me realize this is exactly what traveling shouldn't be.
Exactly. This is not what traveling should be like. I've done traveling like this. It's exhausting. Going from one country to another after a couple of days. He did it even less than a couple of days. He usually did it after one day. It's not a good look. You'll be tired. Yes, you'll see as much as you can in that one day, but you don't really get to take in as much of the culture and the experience and the area. And obviously, understand, work commitments, family commitments, other commitments make it hard to have longer term travel, but try to figure out a way to do more long-term travel, staying somewhere for a couple of days at least, to really be able to enjoy it more than just powering through and trying to do so much in such a short period of time is important. That's my take on things anyway. But he agrees, from what he said, it's an exhausting way to travel, honestly.
Tick off places just to say you've been there without even getting a chance to explore at your own pace. But if you do this, please make more time, otherwise you'll wreck yourself, as I soon found out.
I have made it into the city of Budapest, Hungary, our 5th country of this trip. It cost...
Boo! I said 3 or 4. He did 5. One off, because this has to be the last one. There's only 3 minutes left in the video. He said Bucharest, right? Yes, I've been here, so let's see what he says.
It's been £16 to get here from Milan.
No, he said Budapest. I've been there as well, so let's see what he says.
First stop, of course, I need to get some coffee. I found a good coffee shop. I'm also feeling a bit ill, which isn't good. My throat is super sore and dry. Feels like I need to throw up, but hopefully...
That's probably some airplane sickness. You spend enough time traveling on the airplanes. with the air conditioning and the way they circulate the air, eventually it's going to mess up with your throat.
There's nothing a cappuccino won't be able to fix.
I consumed my 74th cappuccino of the trip and a granola bowl, neither of which seemed to make me feel any better.
That being said, I found somewhere and I can't believe it's actually real. It looks insane. We're gonna go there, but first I have one stop.
And that one stop was the Irving's Varbo Library, which is housed in a 19th century palace, which was originally built for the family of Count Frigyes.
Looks like the kind of library you see in well, movies effectively, where there's going to be some kind of espionage scene, a bag drop off is going to take place, there's some kind of mysterious situation, or people getting jiggy with it, one of the two.
Palace rooms were incredible, and if I could study in this library, I think I might have enjoyed school.
However, my health is deteriorating. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I've got a fever. My throat is like closing up and I keep feeling like I want to be sick. My body is also aching quite.
It's not a surprise, you just traveled to 5 different countries in 5 days. You didn't spend that much time in each country, you probably didn't get a lot of rest. You continued exercising, which yes, it's good, but sometimes you do need to rest. Yeah, it's not surprised you're feeling unwell. You're worn down.
To get a bit of a headache, so lots of symptoms. What the f for? I have no idea. I'm going to get some food now and I'll probably check into my Airbnb, sit down for a sec or a bit or a while.
I checked into my Airbnb and attempted to sleep, but I had a really smart idea, and that was to go for my daily run.
Let's try to go.
He's still feeling ill, but he still decides to go for his daily run. You know what, maybe it'll make him feel better, getting all of those kind of exercise juices flowing, all the nice endorphins and whatever else that flows through your body when you exercise. But honestly, he needs to rest. He needs water, hot drinks, like some ginger, tea, ginger honey tea, lemon. Yeah. Help yourself rest, Ben.
I know this probably isn't the best thing for me to do. Potentially very stupid thing for me to do.
See, he says it himself. It's a stupid thing to do when you're feeling that unwell, to then go and exercise. But you know what? The temptation is always there. I've done it myself. I felt unwell, said, you know what? I don't want to miss my daily gym session. So I go to the gym, exercise, and well, lo and behold, I feel terrible the next day. But I got to tick off that I exercised. Sometimes we do dumb stuff as human beings. It is what it is.
Like, what harm is a 5-minute jog around the block gonna do? That was probably slightly stupid.
Unfortunately, I only got worse throughout the night, waking up sweating every hour, and just when I thought it couldn't get worse.
I just had to check out of my Airbnb and it's snowing. It's snowing. Just what I needed.
As I'm sure you've guessed, I wasn't able to continue on with the trip and spent the next 4 days in bed with the flu. We did manage to make it to 5 countries and had £28 and 20 pence left in the budget, which had booked me flights to the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Meaning if I wasn't a stupid naive human who thought they were immune to cold weather.
I don't need a code. Who needs a code?
£1.80. In hindsight, I had a great experience, but this is not a practical way to travel and you'll probably end up getting sick.
Alright, that was a great video. I'm going to be honest, there were so many lessons learned. I have to give that video an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. Ben, you make great content. Issue is, you're making yourself ill making some of that content. But it's great content if you survive, which I really hope you do. No, I've got to give that video 8.5 out of 10. I think just the differences, the different things he was doing, I think was really interesting. But again, as I said, traveling like that is exhausting. I've done it before. I did a trip where I did, I think, 4 European capitals in 9 days. It was a great trip, but I didn't only spend a day in each one. I spent 2 or 3 days. So yeah, I didn't exhaust myself as much. I think it's a great video. It just shows you that you can, if you try and budget, you can get around and see a lot of the world, especially if you travel locally to where you are. Often flights will be cheaper if you travel somewhere within the region that you travel to. So that's always something that's useful. I do think the video is a great video. I've got to say, shout out to Ben. I think he does make good videos. I've watched a couple of his videos and that's why he's got such a good number of subscribers. It's coming up to almost 800,000 subscribers. So yeah, well done to Ben. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've got any questions about traveling, I've got a lot of experience with traveling. As I said, I've been to over 30 countries around the world, every continent aside from Australia and Antarctica, at least one country I've been to. So yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comment section. Of the videos you'd like to see, drop that in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and catch you in the next one. Peace.